Hello, everyone. Lovely to be here. I'm Zoran, CEO of QX, part of the QX team. And today I'll show you how Trust Tourism GPT and present Trust Tourism GPT, a city-owned AI assistant for tourists. Visitors already use AI. This was our hypothesis to plan their trips. But all of the intelligence follows to the big platforms and the black box models. We trust Tourism GPT. We give cities a way to host their own AI assistants on their own infrastructure while staying aligned with EU rules, including EU AI Act, and preserving user privacy. So the new tourists' habits right now, when people travel and arrive at the city, are not that simple as before. Right now, the default habit is to go and check with GPT, with ChatGPT. We have an enormous outflow of consumers utilizing GPT as the first place to go to when they want to have new experiences, explore the city. Basically, it serves as a tour guide. This That's convenient for travelers, but it has a cost. The questions, the demand signals, and the complaints, all of this data goes to external platforms. City city owners and city managers lose visibility into what people actually want and what they struggle with. And local businesses are filtered through ranking algorithms they don't control. Through our research, Europe has a choice. Either let public data and tourism intelligence be captured by the black box AI models and rented back from big tech, or build a city-owned AI infrastructure where the city controls how data and models are being used. Our answer is, as I mentioned, Trust Tourism GPT, a city-branded AI assistant that lives on the city-owned stack and infrastructure. On the left side, you can see that the city data, official points of interest, events, transport, cultural, all of the city data is actually siloed. Most of the cities, including heritage sites, have their own data. Importantly, protecting, not trying to spill it out, but at the same time, they want to utilize it for the public interest. In the middle is the API layer that we have been exploring and talking to city stakeholders. And on the far right is our new solution where they can host their own AI. In this particular case is the Tourism GPT, but not limited to Tourism GPT. Is the well-known GPT interface that we provide as a source of providing information to visitors. Everything is designed to be open and portable, built on open source components where possible. No hard lock-in to a single model or a cloud. And the city can change providers, models, or infrastructure even without losing its own intelligence and relationship with visitors. So to, in a sense, stay relevant with laws. This is the architecture and how it looks like, how the system actually runs. On the left side, we represent the GPT model. But the stack is, as you know, we are already building our own chain, QX chain, which is based on Polkadot. For this specific hackathon, we chose M3S wallet, which is part of TrustChain ecosystem. And again, as I mentioned, on top of that, as a stack of the infrastructure goes the model that actually has to act as a city guide tourists. Again, not limited to Llama. In this case, we chose to present with Llama. For the interest of time, we chose ChatGPT 4.0 for fast implementation. But again, it's not limited to models. And I want to mention here that we are also experimenting and building our own API, our own IP model around AI orchestration, imagining multiple models, not just for tourism, but also for internal use for the city, external use for the cities, retail, travel, tourism, art, culture, single models. But we are also figuring out how to build a orchestration layer. And as always, our first approach is to take the user-centric approach, not to just stick on the hypothesis part. So we didn't design this from a vacuum. As a first step, we took a survey on Facebook, posted it in tourism groups. We wanted to understand how they truly use AI, how consumers, actually travelers, interact with AI today when planning travels and experiences. And three things came out clearly. People already use tools like ChatGPT to plan trips, but don't trust their own data is used. Most of them they know, but it falls on a third place of how much they care if their data is being used, which is not that good. But consumers want the convenience over privacy. But I'm guessing, and from our hypothesis, is that this has to be embedded into the city infrastructure as a default tool. They like the idea. 17 people that we've interviewed, they like the idea of city owned tourism assistant that they can always ask and have reliable data that's actually tied to the city, not to the external sources. And they'll accept wallet style. It's still very complicated. So any combination of single sign-on options and wallet management is acceptable. But for now, we started just with a wallet. Based on these insights, again, we used Google Forms to question. We didn't have time to do extended interviews, but as always, we tend to place a strong importance on user-centric approach. Again, we imagined a business model around this, not only this, but QXChain as a whole. It's open source. We provide open source models. We're gonna go into templating even further. The model for the market for AI models for cities, specifically smart cities, it's over 350 billion. Serviceable market specifically for tourism sector is 15 billion. And with this specific model for Europe, we are aiming to capture 10 million. But again, this is expandable as we enter more markets. Open source plus maintenance is the first revenue income, but the more we scale, the more we provide models, we see that we can actually capture a bigger market and go on the transaction fees from protocol part. This is the regulatory part. From day one, we imagine this. We never take personal data. We don't utilize personal data. On the GDPR side, again, we used the integration with our infrastructure is Polkadot on one side, and that's what we are building as a parachain for serving the um, for acting as an underlying layer for the AI models where they're gonna be utilizing and setting the models. We are also building our own trust receipt. And again, as I mentioned, we decided to go with a wallet from TrustChain that actually aims to integrate AI does. I know it's not integrated right now, but it's easier for us to utilize already existing wallet that actually has a privacy preserving part. And this is fully aligned with GDPR. We don't take personal information. We don't take email. You can use your phrase and your wallet to sign in again and see what city that you talk to and log into the existing GPT part. And this aligns us with the regulatory part. And the team has been present in the deep tech for some time now. Some of us are researchers at Arizona State University. Christian and Theo, Ljubljana University, Cyril and Methody University, over 15 years of experience combined together. We have delivered some valuable software even in the previous calls for TrustChain, and looking forward to continuing to building open source models and open source software in general for Europe. And finally, we have a very strong goal this year. We plan to work with 5 cities. Have in mind that we've already signed the project for with 2 cities, including Valencia and Porac in Croatia. Hopefully, that's going to come to an execution early next year. Imagining big numbers in ARR, 5 cities contracts are already being made. So the more models we develop, the more we can service the cities. So in short, thank you so much. I would call in Kiko, Christian, if he wants to share his short demo presentation for what we
Yes.
built through this hackathon.
Let's do a quick showcase of the demo and how the project looks like. So before we enter, it's important to note that one of the projects that we utilized here is actually the TrustChain, which currently is hosted and running an AI models, which will provide answers for us. So first we are presented with 2 options, either create a new wallet or maybe import a private key. I'll have a go and create a new one. We have the wallet, and then we can just proceed forward. Also, it's important to note that all data is being anonymized and stored on the client, including the keys. The whole demo here is client side, and for this purpose, we use the modular Web3 suit project, which gives us the connectivity with the QX chain. So this is standardized GPT-like interface where we can ask questions, and also the model here used for this demo presentation is customized for trial purposes. So let's just go ahead with one question. Hopefully we get some interesting answers. And then apart from that, if the session ends, I could come back, reuse the stored wallet, and continue my conversations. I guess that would be it. Back to you, Zoki, if you have any closing marks.
Yes, so this is an initial idea of how we envision hosting and combining small language models, even large language models on city level to serve the public, but not also public internal services. As you might know, we're building QX chain to actually act as an inference layer for these models. We're also building our own orchestration layer, so everything stays private, everything stays on the side of the city from data part, but from communication part, that's not recorded on a chain, stays with the consumer. As long as you have your wallet, you can always reactivate your chats with the city, depending on what model did you work with. So that's in short what we've built for the hackathon purpose, but we do have a larger and bigger vision for this. Thank you so much.